parable of the lost son. Jesus was having a meal with some friends and telling them about God's love. Some Pharisees who taught God's laws were watching and were cross with Jesus. They knew the people Jesus was eating with had done bad things, and they thought he should not be friends with them. Jesus knew what the Pharisees were thinking, and he told a story to explain how God loves everyone. Once, said Jesus, there was a man who had 2 sons. They all lived in a lovely home and were very happy. One day, the younger son came to his father and wanted his inheritance. This was money he should get when his father died, but the younger son wanted to have fun now and didn't want to wait. So because the father loved his son, he gave him the money. A few days later, the younger son packed all his belongings and left his home. He was going to travel to another country because he wanted to have lots of fun and adventures with the money he had been given. His father was very sad. He would miss his son, but he knew he had to let him go. When the younger son arrived in the new country, immediately he began to spend his money. He had lots of parties and soon had many friends. Everyone enjoyed eating and drinking, and they enjoyed the music and dancing. The younger son had lots of fun, spending his money doing many exciting things. But then one day all of the younger son's money was gone. Not even a penny was left. All the people who had been friends with him now left. They were not his real friends. They loved his money and not him. Now the younger son had no money to buy food, or clothes, or a place to live. Eventually he found work looking after some pigs, but he hated it because it was dirty and smelly. He didn't have enough to eat, and he was so hungry he even wanted to eat the pig food. One day he remembered his father and how happy he had been at home. Even the servants who work for my father are happier than me, he thought. I will go home and tell my father I will work for him as a servant because I am too bad to be his son anymore. The next morning, the younger son made his way home, but while he was still some distance from the house, his father, who had been looking for his return every day, saw him. His father set off running and didn't stop until he reached his son. Then he threw his arms around him and kissed his neck again and again. They both cried with joy. The younger son began to say sorry, but the father didn't let him finish. Instead, he took him home and put a beautiful robe on him, and shoes on his feet, and a ring on his finger. Then he threw a party with music and dancing and food. The older brother heard the music and came to see what was happening. He saw his younger brother and was very angry. "He has been bad. Why are you giving him a party?" asked the older brother. His father answered, "My son, everything I have is yours. Let us be glad and celebrate together. Your brother was dead and now is alive. He was lost, but now he is found."